Hey, good morning all. Happy Monday. So, I'm kind of struggling. See if you can help me out here. I know that we need topics to talk about in the mornings, and I want to keep doing this. But I want to know what you guys want to hear. Well, I got wild in today. Anyways, so I thought about doing finance on the homestead. I am no expert, so I'll give you a rundown of the ups and the downs of what we've gone through, and things that we would like to do in the future. So I hope this helps. So when we first moved out here, our plan was, so what we did was, for years before this, we started planning, and Dodge did all of his research, and we started, he built hot rods, and so we had collected quite a few, and he was able to sell all of those in the months before that. So we got around, I want to say $35,000 from that. Sorry, washboard. And so then when I left, well, I was going to leave my job. I quit. I was off for a couple of days, and they called me back. So I was able to cash out retirement as well. So I did that. So we came out here with a good chunk. And that's after buying all of the stuff that we needed for our solar and our earth bags for the house. Now that is not the roof, which that's going to be pretty expensive. So we came out here with a pretty good chunk of change there. So when we got here, of course we needed to build fences and stuff like that. So we did purchase that. Mind you, I purchased animals. Not the best decision. Don't do that. And we bought a backhoe, non-running, because that's what we could afford. So we bought a non-running backhoe, and Dodge fixed it. And that did take him almost a year to do, because we got it at the beginning of winter, and we don't do well in winter. So that took a while. But keep your options open. Don't think you have to have the best. Everybody needs I think everyone needs a tractor. So save your pennies for a tractor. We have found that has been a lifesaver. Then when we came out here, we had a 16-foot camper. We soon realized that with me working from home, that was not going to be feasible. Unfortunately, we loved the little camper, but we traded it on a bigger one and kind of went into debt, which don't do. Find something a little more reasonable. If you have to do shed to house, a shed. We ended up getting a shed for free, which that helped us a lot. because now we live in that. We don't live in the camper anymore. Sorry guys, the road's extremely bumpy this morning, and it's making my arm tired. So, finances. Keep it small. Find something. Now this is what I struggle with, because I have in my brain a full-fledged homestead business. It's in my brain, but I can't get it to fruition. I want to have my homestead make me money by growing elderberry and lavender. So I can either sell it in bulk, I can use it to make other products. I make my own soaps. And that was the plan with the goats, was for my goat milk soaps, but that didn't happen. So that's still my plan. I still want a functioning homestead business, because I'll be honest, I don't want to work outside the house. That was not the plan. It's just something that had to happen. Anyways, so come up with a good, easy homestead income. I mean, it doesn't have to be super easy, but something that you're not going to break the bank doing. See what your soil is. See what your land is. If you're purchasing land, make sure you look for those kind of things. Always look at your topographic map. We learned that the hard way. Always look at topographic map. Hold on. This road today. Then we bought our land from a land company that's kind of like a buy here, pay here type thing. A lot of people are doing it. They're easy to work with. We have not had any issues, not any at all. And we really love where we're at. So we recommend Classic Country, and they're all over the United States. So if Classic Country is in your area, you need to go check them out. No, they're not a sponsor. And then after you decide what you want to do, prepare. It's going to be a lot of pennies to prepare, and take it at a slow pace. Yes, it's not going to happen overnight. If you have no patience, this is not going to work. I have been trying to get my land cultivated and ready for lavender for 2 years. I don't think that, and you don't have to have a lot. So like for my lavender, I only have to have like a half an acre. We have almost 10, almost 9 something, I can't remember. To make a decent amount of money, and I have the land for it. I do have to add sand, so that will be a cost, but I think that once, and it is hard to grow lavender, so I have to really make sure I do my research. Always make sure you do your research. Please do not get half-cocked out there throwing money at something that won't ever happen, because we've done that as well. don't do that. We also want to do the elderberry, and elderberry is not hard to grow. My one tree is doing really well. It was doing really well, but it does very well. But my dog likes it, and he eats the trees. And I've gotten like, I don't know how many starts off friends, and they were doing so well, and then my dog ate them. And he got them on shelves, he got them in pots, he got them in starting cups. He just, I don't know what it is, but that little guy, he eats everything like that. So make sure you're prepared for, you know, that stuff. Elderberry will do great out where we are, and we get a approximate amount of 52 inches of water per year. So we have the water sources. We have a pond, so that is very helpful. And you don't have to do a lot of extra work with elderberry. And then you can sell it in bulk. You can sell it, you know, in products, and then you can expand from there. So always make sure you do your research. Finances are not cut and dry. You know, we ended up having to spend a lot of money on stuff that we didn't think we were going to have to. We still have not gotten our water tanks, which we really need to do, because our water catchment has to be a priority right now, because we can go and get water, because we have the pond for animals. That has not been a priority, but it needs to become one, because that will save us money in the long run. Yes, it's going to cost us money, but eventually it will save us money. Think about those things before you just run out and buy stuff. We do a lot of work for things. Dodge tore down houses for wood, so we didn't have that expense, which that was really great. He went, and this man was getting rid of yard sale stuff that he was just done with, and so he went and loaded up. He got a truck and a trailer full, so he's been able to use that stuff, you know, reuse, resource. I know that, like, Dwayne Hall says he has a warehouse, and Dodge wants to be like Dwayne with a warehouse. Mind you, Dodge has always had a warehouse before we moved. That's the someday I will use it pile. We have quite a few of those little piles. What else? Resourceful. We are going to have, and I know people think I'm weird, but we're going to do away with propane entirely and go wood, and my actual cook stove will be a wood stove. That's what I prefer. That's what we've decided to do. They are expensive, but hopefully we'll be able to find one. Well, my brother got me one, but he's in Utah, so that may be a while before we can go there. So we will get one. I want one inside and I want one outside in my kitchen. And, you know, eventually we'll be able to start canning, because right now we can't do any of that stuff. Our gardens have been a financial disaster. Bought lots of plants, and then I couldn't keep up with the garden with working, so we're going to take a different approach this next coming year and grow only what we can store. Our goal is to do a shelter root cellar. Yes, you'll have lots of goals. So we can store that stuff. We want potatoes is a big thing because we go through a lot of those. Just make sure that when you're doing your finances, you kind of know what you're going to need to simply have basic needs and then go from there. So if you have to have, with your bills, you have to have $2,000 a month, and you don't want to work outside the house, have those finances in lock for $3,000 a month. Because if you do not, you're going to struggle. Now, homesteaders struggle. Don't get me wrong. We all do at one point in time. We struggle. But if you prepare for the unexpected, you're a lot less likely to have a catastrophic failure. We did have one of those. My truck had a catastrophic failure, and we weren't even able to keep it because we couldn't spend the $12,000 it was going to take to fix it. And so be prepared for that kind of stuff. If you have to have $1,200 to live and you don't want to work outside, make sure that you have the ability to have that $1,200 a month to live. And now that's skim. Believe me, that's skim. But it can be done if you know. It can totally be done if you know exactly what you need to have every single month. I still believe that you should always plan for $1,000 more than what it costs you to live. Do we do that? No. Am I preaching because I know what I should be doing? Yes. I am no expert. And we struggle on a daily basis. And I work a 6-day job outside the house until we can get stuff going where we can actually have our homestead make money for us. Is that the goal? Yes. That is what I want. That is what Dodge wants. We want our homestead working for us, not us working for the homestead. So, with all of that, prepare, research, as we tell you to do with everything that you do, and prepare for the unexpected. Keep it simple. Don't go hog wild, because the hogs get wild. And go make something cool. And we'll see you again tomorrow. You have a good day.